it's great to see you. Before I say anything else, what happened to you last night? Was it last night or something? I saw you on stage doing something with a ring or whatever.
You know what? That's from 2 years ago.
2 years ago. It just
Posted.
somebody reposted that. I was like, what the hell?
I know people are saying, congratulations. No, that was 2 years ago. It was, what do you call it? What do you call that? An onstage engagement, I guess.
Proposal.
Yeah, but that was 2 years ago, but it was the anniversary, so my fiance posted it, and all these people going, congratulations, we didn't know. Well, yeah, well, look at the date at the top.
Look, nobody's looking at the date. They're just going, wait, what's going on? I'm seeing this. Can you describe what exactly happened? Because it's freaking people out. Yes!
You know what, it was one of those things I thought I'd never do, because you see people do this like on the Videotron at sports events, and you think, oh my God, it's cringeworthy, right? When people have public engagements. But you know what, it ended up being the nicest, because we had all our friends there, not just the Spoons, but all our best friends and family were at the Spoon show we were doing. With, I think Flock of Seagulls was there, who else, Honeymoon Suite. It was packed with over 1,000 people. I thought, you know what, let's do it here. And I was expecting it to be a big, embarrassing moment, but it was one of the most wonderful, natural things. And yeah, got engaged on stage in front of the, and the best part is when you watch the video, you know, that people posted, people are more freaked out than I am. Like I'm kind of cool, and people are going, "Go! Oh my God!" Which made me feel better, right?
But what if she said no?
Well,
Did you have any advice? Like, did he tell you about this beforehand?
Well, actually, he asked me, what do you think? What was my opinion? I went, yeah, sure, why not? It'd be great. And it was also at Ronald McDonald House. It was a big benefit, too. So I did have to remind him to pull out the ring, though, because he asked her and everything, and I was going, the ring!
well,
the ring!
I hit it on stage, right, in the Old Box Slumber, because it was there all day, like with all these bands, you know, mingling around. It could go missing. So I think I forgot where it was. So you reminded me, it's over there under your coat in the.
Well, you know what? Great memories. So thank you for reposting that, and congratulations. You know, when I think about the Spoons, I do think of great memories. I think of great summers. I think of great music. I mean, we were just talking before this. The last time we saw each other was at the closing of the Hard Rock Cafe. You know, we're losing some of iconic venues, but the iconic music that you guys have presented us over the years, it's still there. How does it feel knowing the word iconic is connected to you guys?
Well, it used to be that we were prodigies.
The kids,
Back in the beginning days.
Yeah, the kids who were coming up and they could look down at us. Now they're going, "Oh, you're like a heritage band." That's the word they're using now.
Heritage.
Like, what are we? Yeah, what does that mean? Like we're
Old.
Yeah.
Old, but still good.
Oh, it's still good. No, you know what? Then we're all heritage then, because I think we're all, I don't know about the old part, but we're still good though.
Yeah.
And you guys are so good. I was so thrilled to find out that you guys were releasing new music. So I want to talk about, from the 2 years of the engagement to today, what was going on musically with you guys to finally come up with this new album.
Well, we've been kind of working on it since our last album, actually, Piecemeal.
And what was that? Because
In 2011. So
we thought that would be the last album.
Really?
Right, but we thought that would be it, right? So we're not under a schedule where you're with a record company, you got to do an album tour. You know, when we feel like it, or we got a bunch of songs, and I thought, well, that's got to be it. That's got to be the last bunch of songs that we'll ever put out. And then what happened? I mean,
we just kept adding songs throughout, and we were like, okay, we're at 6. Should we just release 6? No, let's go for a full album. We were actually going to release last summer, and Gord was very busy with Flock of Seagulls because he's a guitar player for them now. And I said, if we hadn't, we wouldn't have come up with the last 2 songs.
no, it was a good thing, because 2 of the best songs were written just at the end. Just made it, right? So if I had to put it out last year, they wouldn't have been on there. Yeah, so but I think it's a good thing that when you have the luxury of not having to do an album like on a schedule, because you live your life, right? So how many years have gone by? 7 years or something since the last album? You experience a whole new life. You're not writing because it's in a schedule. Or you have all these new experiences to write about. And, you know, with the engagement, all this stuff, my life is really good. So it's a very positive, fun record, I think, right?
But is it still the Spoons sound? And you know exactly what I mean by that.
Yeah, totally, but more modernized.
It's not nostalgia, like, hey, it's like, it sounds like a new band. It sounds a little 80s, you know?
Well, you know what? It's so funny because when you listen to the music now, that 80s sound is definitely back. So lyrically, though, I mean, what were you guys thinking lyrically in these songs and wanted to present this other side of the Spoons that we are now getting to be presented?
Well, we were around long enough that our albums, I see different albums of like the summer album, the winter album. Like ours was like a wintry, dark, and moody, where the Romantic Traffic Town of Lies days were very summery and happy. And we're talking about Ontario Place and all that vibe. And that's what we want to recapture in this. So it's that Romantic Traffic era kind of stuff. And there are a couple of songs on there that actually have doot doots in them.
I heard that. I can't think of what's the song.
Beautiful Trap and The First and Last Time, which is the first single. And it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like, we got to write that because we've used that before and it worked. No. I came to a part where instead of words, just better just go doot doot, you know?
Nick, you stand at the subway station and that's what you do, you doot doot. It works that way.
Well, the doot doots came from Romantic Traffic, obviously, but when Gord was writing the lyrics for it, we were at the power station in New York with Nile Rodgers, and
That was his idea.
I was going to say, what is it like working with Niall? Because Niall, he might as well move here to Toronto because he's here all the time. What is it like working with him?
oh, he's fabulous. He's a great guy, and he's so easy to work with, and
No, look at him now. He's like one of the biggest producers in the world, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we're still the only Canadian band he ever produced. We did 2 records together, and one of the biggest compliments we ever got, he was in town with Chic opening for Duran Duran a couple of years ago. And actually, I got on stage with him, with my fiancée. There's a video of that, too, if you look for it. And we're on stage with him, and afterwards, he was telling the story to all his friends backstage how we met. So it was Sting who took him to see Culture Club. And this is what he said. He said, yeah, Culture Club, yeah, it's good. And then the Spoons came on. This is one of the best, you may have to bleep this out, one of the best, imagine this is Nile Rodgers saying this. And then the Spoons came on, and they were the shit. Nile Rodgers said that about us, right?
But you know what the thing was, though? I mean, and don't get me wrong. I mean, 70s, when you had, like, in the 60s, you had the Guess Who and Gordon Lightfoot and Anne Murray and those groups. I mean, they really helped pave the way. But there was something about the 80s that really opened it up to the world, where every time a band like yourself came out, they're like, you guys from London? Or you guys from the States? And it was like, no, we're from Canada. We're from Toronto.
yeah, a lot of people thought we were from England or from Germany, because Gordon is, well, he's Canadian, but he lived in Germany for a good portion of the beginning part of his life, like great till you were 9 or something.
Yeah. And then touring with Culture Club, they assumed we'd come over with them. And I swear that a couple of times, like interviews, like, so you guys are from Birmingham, like Burlington? No, Burlington, not Birmingham. And then all this stuff, like, oh, so Gord Depp, so you used to be with Depeche Mode, right? I was like, what? No. Or yes, I just played along because it was kind of cool to be from Britain, right? And we grew up on that stuff. Like, we grew up on CFYFM and, all that music that was straight from Britain. And that's what we thought was normal, Ultravox,
Okay, now you guys already mentioned the first single right now. It is called
First and the Last Time.
What is that about?
Gord, you wrote the lyrics.
Okay, Gordon.
It's kind of like a 51st date scenario, you can experience the same thing over and over again if it's really good. So it's not necessarily a relationship, it could be anything. A lot of our songs, and I say this to the audience, you can look at them as a relationship song, but if you listen another way, they kind of meant between the audience and us.
Right.
Because our relationship has been going on like 40 years, right? Yeah. So the same kind of feelings, the ups and downs, and how you stuck together and then come back together and fall apart. So that's kind of like how some things are so amazing that they're like the first and last time. They never get tired. And yeah.
I hope you guys aren't too tired. I'm hoping you're still going to be kicking it to do some tours and shows coming up.
For sure. Coming up, we're playing, can I put dates on?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
June 1st, we're at the Milton Festival. June 15th, we're at the Sound of Music Festival in Burlington.
I know about that one.
Yeah,
That's
huge.
That's a huge one.
And there's more festivals through the summer into August because I got to take off with the Flock of Seagulls for a little while. But then next year is going to be our 40th. That's where they're saving the big ones. I mean, Sound of Music is already scheduled as a headline for next year. Get the old guys back, Rob and Derek. And,
I absolutely love it. Just curious, are you guys going to do Young Dundas Square again? Because you guys tore it up the last time I saw you guys there. That would have been 2 or 3 years ago.
Time, I don't know. Ask the city.
We're going to make sure the city does it.
Talk to the mayor about not just that, but Ontario Place, bringing the Forum back. These are all things we need to talk about. So.
Absolutely. But these days, 30, 40 years ago, we never talked about this, but now we do. Social media, where do we go to follow you guys?
Well, we're on Facebook.
The spoons.
Spoons.
Whatever. The spoon.
Yeah, the Spoons.
Easy enough.
Yeah, Twitter, Spoons Canada. What else is there?
Our website is Spoons Music.
Yeah.
So
Easy enough.
Oh.
Easy enough.
You can find us all over.
You put spoons in. First, you'll find the collectible wooden spoons that old ladies collect, and then we'll be right after that.
Just curious, before we go, is there anywhere to find any retro T-shirts or whatever of the spoons? Can we find that these days, or? Yeah.
Early days? Yeah, well, there's some kicking around. Like, we still find boxes all the time of old vinyl, old cassettes and stuff, and they get eaten up right away at gigs. So we do find stuff. We do.
Okay, so if you come to the show,
Which one do you want?
doesn't matter. It's the spoons. But so there's always that slight chance if we come to a live show, and we go over to the merch area, we may be able to get some retro
There's
stuff.
always something.
Every once in a while, we'll find something, go, hey, we'll put this out, and then it's just like,
Guys, it's always great speaking with you. Congratulations on the new album.
thank you.
Congratulations. Oh, yeah, let's take a show. There it is. There it
And
is.
it's also on vinyl.
Gotta be on. Gotta be on.
It's on the new good vinyl, and you get a free download when you get the vinyl.
Love it. Love it. Guys, thank you so much for the great music. Let's do this again soon.
On the spinning stage when they rebuild it.
Absolutely.
The opening.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.